Okay, the Nerd Father, little impromptu live stream as I just got back to the hotel after attending the Vesper service for Father Mel Kaplan. It was really neat. We had it tonight at the cathedral in Wichita, and I just figured, I don't think anybody's going to see this with the nearby, but just kind of wanted to block my trip, and I got to apologize because of hotel lighting and everything. So, but yeah, tonight was really an awesome night. It's about a 5 hour drive to get to Wichita from my parish, and decent time. And we have got to the cathedral for Wichita, which is a beautiful place. Got there about 6:30, and the vespers started at 7. There were 3 bishops here tonight: the Bishop of Wichita, the Bishop of Jefferson City, Kansas, I believe it is, and also the Bishop of the military. I don't really know his name, but that's okay. So, for those that don't know what Vespers is, one of the things that we have to do as priests is we pray the Liturgy of the Hours. So it's the idea that prayer is broken up from the beginning of the day to the end. So from the rising of the sun to the setting, may the name of the Lord be praised. So as a priest, we pray morning prayer, daytime prayer, evening prayer, and night prayer. So in the Latin, and again, my Latin's not that great, but in the Latin, the evening prayer is called Vespers. And the idea, and I talked to the rabbi about this, the idea of the Liturgy of the Hours is that it's usually broken up into 3 different psalms. So the idea is over the course of 4 weeks, we will have prayed all 150 psalms. So tonight was I don't know, they have the book printed for this. And normally, sometimes you'll see a priest carrying a book around, and that's called our breviary. So those are the prayers that are assigned for each day. This would be prayers, I think, set for the prayers of the dead. And again, there's certain psalms that are assigned to be prayed when we're praying the office of the dead. And that's what we did tonight. And the thing that was really neat about it is it was sung. Now, when you're in the seminary, in our seminary in Philadelphia, we would sing evening prayer on Sundays. The rest of the time, whether it was morning prayer or during the week, during the week, the seminary would come together during morning prayer and evening prayer, and that would just be recited. But on Sundays, it was solemn evening prayer, and it would be sung. And that's what tonight was, with cantors. We had an organ playing. And just to show you, I took a picture from the back of the church. This is the coffin of Father Mel Kaplan. And as I've been talking about, he was a priest of the Diocese of Wichita that volunteered to serve in the Korean War. And on November 1st, 1950, the Chinese attacked, and he kept dodging bullets to be able to give last rites to the dying, and he was taken prisoner with his men. And it's because of Father Kapaun, depending, I guess, from what part of Kansas you are, is how it's pronounced. But he kept the morale of many of the men alive, and this kind of frustrated the Chinese overlords. And in 1951, I think it was shortly after Easter, 1951, he was basically taken to the death house because they basically starved. And one of the neat things about his story, and really, if you ever get a chance, I'm going to try to do a video when everything is done on him. There's also books and videos written about Father Kapaun, but he was known as the good thief, Saint Dismas, because just as Dismas on the cross came to accept Christ in his last moments, the good thief, Father Kapaun basically stole food from the Chinese to be able to feed his men that were held captive. So tonight was the prayer service in the cathedral. Tomorrow evening is going to be the vigil service, and that's going to be at Hartman Arena, which I think is for Wichita State University. And that's going to be interesting because that's an arena that holds about 6,000 people. Now, I was able to RSVP as a cleric. I didn't have to sit in the general public area. I'm going to process in tomorrow in cassock and surplice, just as we did tonight. and I'm basically a big ball of sweat right now because Catholic surplus and 90 some degrees weather here in Kansas. Um, anyway, but yeah, so tomorrow is going to be the big day. Well, not the big day. Tomorrow will be the vigil service. So if it's like any wake, we'll probably pray the rosary. We'll probably have a homily. And I don't know. I mean, usually that's the time when eulogies are done. So we'll see. I know some of the prisoners, Father Captain's men, are still alive. I mean, they're in their 90s, but hopefully get to hear some of them. I know that one of Father Kapaun's nephews is still alive, and he was the one that received the Medal of Honor when President Obama gave it to him. So, yeah, so that's going to be tomorrow night. During the day, I'm going to go shopping. As I was telling some of the priests tonight, I'm going to go hit the comic stores and the antique stores to see if I can find any comics. Had good success today. I'm just reaching over here. So, got a bunch of comics at half-price books, and I'm actually pretty happy about that because, but anyway, so I was telling one of the priests I've never been to Wichita before, and this is the first time I can go picking through stores. So, but that's going to be tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. The vigil's tomorrow night. Then on Wednesday is going to be the funeral. I'm going to try to do live streams after each of these. I'm not going to live stream during them just because, to be reverent and everything. But the funeral is going to be at 10:30 Central. And again, it will be on EWTN, which is the Eternal Word Television Network. Or you could look on YouTube at the Diocese of Wichita, because I think their YouTube page is going to stream the funeral service and the liturgy tomorrow night at 7, I think it is. We found out today that after the funeral is done, we're going to ride back in buses. So we have to be at the cathedral at 8:30 on Wednesday to be chartered up to the arena. So that way it saves parking for the people to come. And we are going to ride the bus back after the Mass, and we're going to take part in the procession because the body is going to be carried by horse carriage to the cathedral where it will be entombed. And got to see the tomb tonight where Father Kapaun is going to rest, and we get to take part in that. So again, I'm really excited to be here because as a priest, this is someone I can relate to. I have a great love for the military, and Father Kapaun, again, was a military chaplain. I'm not. He's up for sainthood, which is awesome because that doesn't happen to everybody. And I'm also a lover of military and church history. So, but other than that, I don't know. I just wanted to do a quick stream. It's about 9:15 here. I'm getting ready to turn in. Because, like I said, the nice thing is, since I'm away from the parish, I don't have to set the alarm. The only problem is I'm so used to being up at 5:15 every morning. I don't know if my body will let me sleep tonight or not. And speaking as somebody that should be asleep, Derek McManus is here. I hate to think what time it is in Ireland if it is 9:15 p.m. here. So with that, I am going to wrap up. I again apologize for the lightning. I mean, it could be worse if I turn this thing off. Anyway, so with that, I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Till then, God bless.